Chris Webby back on my bullshit. So, I mean, I guess to be fair, this should just be two middle fingers swinging, got no F's to give, wake and bake extravaganza. So, good morning if it's morning where you're at. It could be the fucking middle of the night for all I know. I don't. I do know I enjoy Chris Webby, and I'm getting this tingly feeling that I'm back to my favorite thing to do as a reactor, and that's listen to rap artists stimulate the gray matter and make me ask questions about things that everyone else is afraid to ask questions about. Let's go! What was that? 2 seconds in? First image? Oh, there's a triggering. Because, I mean, it started early on. Let's say there's a real emotional track talking about the loss of a loved one. If you use actual words to describe the tragic loss, bam, bam, algorithmic black hole plus a warning to some, oneself in prevention hotline. Like, it's funny, I just saw, this is gonna be complicated. I don't even know if we'll get to the damn song. So, hey, if you enjoy Chris Webby and are wondering what back on my BS sounds like, down in the description is a link to the original. Go, stop, I'll wait. I'll chill right here. You can come back. Listen to it. Figure out the parts I'm going to be totally wrong about. Then come back. Tell me how I'm fucking wrong. Look, it's a challenge round. Oh, yeah, no, I can challenge. Yup. Yes, challenge round. Jenny Kush, blueberry crumble, like a tossed salad. Back on my bullshit. Chris Webby, shadow ban prison. Yeah, that's what happens when you say anything that goes against the current narrative. Kind of sucks.
You know, nowadays, people find one thing you said 8, 9, 10 years ago, bring it back up now and cancel your whole fucking career over it. So let me make it easy for you and just say it all right now. My pronouns are fuck you and suck my dick. Unglued, I punch through and bust my clip. I'm a feminist worst enemy running my lip. Now get back in the kitchen, you fucking uptight bitch. Far as gender roles go, maybe I'm...
Whoa, 31 seconds in, make me a fucking sandwich. I'm just saying. You know, if you're going to go and you're going to get someone talking about your shit, sandwich makers, are a really good subject. You know, because there is an inherent need for sandwiches in our life. Pronouns I don't know about, but fucking sandwiches all day.
My dick unglued, I punch through and bust my clip. I'm a feminist worst enemy running my lip. Now get back in the kitchen, you fucking uptight bitch. Far as gender roles go, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just sick of women's marches blocking the road. Sick of a culture where a bitch will think looks alone is enough to walk around like the whole world owes them. And in my opinion, ladies, yo, we both got a place in the way that the world works. Since we all were just apes, and when you need us to protect you, men will shoulder the weight. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy, which I know is the case with a lot of these little Gen Z arrogant jerks who got so many MMR shots, their brains don't work. And they've been saying for years that autism's on the rise.
You know, I have been listening to the Make America Healthy Again movement, and you can be triggered by those folks. I am cool with that. It turns out there's so many little factions now, and rawr, I hate everything but what I like. Yeah, you do your own bullshit, I'll do mine. But I've been listening to some of the talking points that are getting thrown around, and it seems like the same reason. Now, back in the day, Angie and I, got big placards and we marched against Monsanto multiple times until it devolved into a, honestly, it kind of looked like drag queen story hour. And we're like, hey, there's 12 of them in a parking lot and they are, I think, in a circle jerk right now. We left, right? It's like when showing up at Occupy and the drum circles and the crusty hippies and it just stunk like patchouli. And I'm like, these aren't my peers. The I want to believe all doctors and approve science only set, I'm struggling with. I'm willing to weigh approved science against, let's say, independently researched science that doesn't fit mainstream narrative. I watched a stupid zombie movie last night and they talked about this failsafe. So you got 13 people on a panel. If all 12 people agree this is the answer, is a 13th person's job to disagree and look for alternative, it was stupid. It was World War Z, So when it said zombie, we believed it was zombies. I am positive anything that affects our life, like let's say food additives, maybe the opposing science and the argument against it being good for us should be as amplified as the fucking Saturday morning, cereal cartoon commercials used to be back in the day. And it's just where they beat it into your head. And then I still believe that the Amish study that was, let's say, kicked to the wayside was pretty telling. They found 2 cases of autoimmune illnesses, and those were in adopted kids.
Way that the world works, since we all were just apes. And when you need us to protect you, man, he'll shoulder the weight. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy, which I know is the case with a lot of these little Gen Z arrogant jerks who got so many MMR shots, their brains don't work. And they've been saying for years that autism's on the rise. No shit, it's right in front of our eyes. And yeah, I know that I'm an old head now, I'm grown and graduated. I made it just in time to be considered outdated to a younger generation who didn't grow up saying Jew jokes and words like faggot when they were playing. So now I'm just a bigot for the culture.
That. All right, I need a. Yeah, it turns out the nicotine pouches just do not work for reacting. I am a hardcore smoker that should be quitting smoking, but damn it, Webby has really got me where I want to be. Now, it turns out the music is awesome, but it was the ethyl oxide. The sterilization fluid for the swabs back in, when they're jamming that shit up in your brain. And it looked like, that chemical next to your, mucous membrane up there. Yeah, it's bad. It turns out that we could probably do better. This is what I started the whole fucking gig for. Because I think, God, I just don't like the alternative. I'd rather let's talk about it. Even if it's frustrating and triggering. The step after, once we stop talking about it, the next step's ugly. It's fucking ugly.
And back in the days when Chinese just meant Asian and people were too busy to just sit around complaining. So why the whole world keep changing?
Actually, I was thinking that it's actually kind of that last group where the language police had, like he's saying, hadn't got to him, but the over medicalization. That's where I got the advantage, right? I got chores, and I'm not saying beat ever, but they were super fucking strict. There's a shit ton of rules and structure. It just didn't have to be enforced with a belt or anything like that. It turns out my brother was miserable. I liked the traveling payoffs. It turns out, I guess I really liked camping and fishing and seeing things as a little kid growing up. So I didn't realize as, working the family 40, working the farm, even though we weren't farmers. But my point is that we weren't, no one was drugged up yet. It was the generation behind us. And then it's weird because it was the same, right? The hormones and everything. So the girls are developing way fast. Dudes are actually not developing anymore. They're developing, just not into, couldn't work the farm. No more developing into star football players, but making it all the way to, Broadway. That was, never mind.
To a younger generation who didn't grow up saying Jew jokes and words like faggot when they were playing. So now I'm just a bigot for the culture I was raised in.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest, this channel would take and stand on this the whole time. I would go with South Park's definition: loud, aggressive bikers. Emmanuel Webster came in. This is for the head of Webster. They changed the word in the show. Now, I would go for their definition. Never once didn't care who was blowing who. It turns out it's weird. I mean, I'm sure there's just pockets of narrow thinking. But I remember growing up not really thinking much that who you banged or, who your birth parents were really the point of it. It was more of that, you see a lot of memes about it, dudes just fuck with each other, right? They're constantly giving each other shit, saying crazy stuff, but what it meant was, hey, you're my buddy. I like being around you, but we're not going to blow each other. I don't know if that makes sense.
In the days when Chinese just meant Asian and people were too busy to just sit around complaining. So why the whole world keep changing? Spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. Hey, go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm the generation that I grew up with an iPad, so I think it's silly what these kids identify as. Still make jokes anytime I see a pride flag. Never out of hate, it's just funny to me. My bad. Is it a trans man or a cross-dressing man who's physically achieving the things that only a man can? Then demanding that I be calling a ma'am, and shit is out of hand, but damn trans ma'am. I'm just a dumb cis man, but at least I'm trying to fucking understand. But it seems that I've been passed by the society that I'm in, walking around looking confused at things like Biden. Wait, let me not compare myself to a pedophile, though I...
Whoa, that's gonna get... Oh, man, look at that. That's honestly, Ange and I thought about that, but one of the... I kind of wanted to go with, hey, I see 420 there on the side, so let's, it's... I don't think you can see my cursor. It's written on the wall down here, so I have to participate. I love you, sweet leaf. Okay, so back on my bullshit here with Webby, and it took a minute or two to get back, but it turns out I was looking at the background, and it's too bad Diddy didn't make the wall, because it appears that Diddy did it, and just like everyone back there, I would say the feds are going to control all that, and we're not going to see shit. Not that I don't want to see it. I want to see everyone prosecuted involved. Fair enough. Don't care about Ghislaine Maxwell. Would like to see everybody that visited get theirs. I'd like to see that entire world come crumbling down. No bullshit.
The diamond, walking around looking confused at things like Biden. Wait, let me not compare myself to a pedophile, though I do buy coke from his son once in a while. He be putting in his orders to an Al-Qaeda supporter who just walks right over the fucking border about a mile. Hunter did the whole pile, I just did a couple bumps, then he bought a couple kids and he threw them in the trunk. Wait, fuck, I am so not down with this kind of stuff. And that's how I killed myself when the Clintons showed up. Yeah, I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid, taking ivermectin while the world got boosted, trying to hold ground while the world...
Good book. Here, 1984 Fahrenheit
This kind of stuff. And that's how I killed myself when the Clinton showed up. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah, what a nice, that's some good reading there. Beyond a Pale Horse.
talk shit in a world gone stupid. Taking ivermectin.
Yeah, I mean, that's the... Well, I would just venture to guess that I personally, for all opinions for entertainment purposes, only don't believe that's bullshit. That's a cornerstone, foundational. You gonna strap on the hat and look at the world through a different lens? There's a good place to start. Just saying. Some shit in that book.
Why the world got boosted, trying to hold ground while the world's uprooted. Speaking up till the world mutes it. Spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind.
You're all a bunch of pussies.
Ever since I said I'm voting Trump, I've been a bad guy too. A group of fans I didn't even know I had to lose. And since you're leaving, let me read you one last haiku. Yo, guess what? I voted for him last time too. But you used to hate Trump. How dare you change your opinion? How dare you grow as a person? How dare you say something different than the stuff you used to say? How dare you consider switching? I loved you when I agreed. Now I hate you just for existing. Hate you for this, that, and I hate you for living. I'll comment every time you post, and I'll say that you're grifting and hate women. You're a racist and a shameful depiction. A white privilege, a supremacist, a rapist, a villain, a fucking...
I only know on the tiny littlest portion 2-3 people. I can't imagine the kind of backlash actual artist gets. It's got to be massive because, once you break out of that fucking shadow banned prison, your haters start watching you too, and they hate you, fucking hate you. And they're like, well, you can't listen to that because you listen to that. And if you think this, you have to like that. And I'm like, no, I can like all your atheist, anti-life, I'm cosmic dust, nothing bullshit. I think the music can be fantastic. I think the ideology is void of spirit, soul, and worth. Fucking A right I can. But I can enjoy all the damn musics. I fucking hate the devil. But I certainly love Venom and all these things that are, if they ain't really evil, they play in an evil playground. They don't surround themselves with light and positivity, the destruction. And the funny thing is your haters appear to only worship you to finally destroy you, to knock you down. And it was, the Ren Webby stuff. As the Ren supporters were a little uptight. And I never had no problems because it appears that the 420 friendly section is a little more open-minded than the sexually liberated section. I don't know why. Maybe you shouldn't just identify as it's sex. Maybe it needs to be deeper than who you bang. Or what furry suit you want to bang in. Just saying, maybe there's more to it than that. You add some weed, add some conversation, add some reading material. Maybe listen to artists that go against your point of view because they still make kick-ass music. And shit. Break free of the bubble.
Time you post and I'll say that you're grifting and hate women. You're a racist and a shameful depiction. A white privilege, a supremacist, a rapist, a villain, a fucking Nazi. Basically, he murdered the Jews. He dog whistles, gaslights are the words that I use. I don't quite know what they mean, but I heard them on the news. What I'm trying to say is, Webby, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch, I'm still the same Webby. I'm still in Connecticut. I'm still donating every year to save the elephants. Still say thank you for your service to the veterans. And still fuck your mom every Thursday when I'm in town. I bust that bitch down. Didn't like me then? Well, how you like me now? Cause bitch, I'm a pro. I don't need a pro now.
Well, Dad, it appears, I guess you're just family for what you're doing to Mom. But there's the problem. I didn't care for a lot of my peers, so I had to leave. And then I started listening closer, and I'm like, man, this makes a lot more sense than that. And then I really want ideas to continue. Ideas that go against the global narrative. And it seems like you can want all that stuff. Plus, family tradition and some ways of life that should be, agreed upon. A certain social contract that everyone was willingly participating under for the most part. Yeah, 10% crybabies and communists, but that's another whole thing. It was back on the conspiracy wall. There was some hints to, communism bad.
Didn't like me then, well, how you like me now? Cause bitch, I'm a pro, I don't need a pro now. So from right now till I'm in the ground, going spread the word. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. If you're a pussy, I suggest you run and hide. And go tell your friends. Webby's back up on that bullshit again. And this time I think I've truly lost my mind. And now back on
That's
my
fucking
bullshit.
kind of funny.
Webby's back,
I bet I gotta catch that. But yeah, I got everything waiting for me to get a new phone, and it's like 2 months at least. It's been smashed. I just can't get up there. I don't even want to use it. I like my computer. It does things I like it to do. My phone really just feels like a captive. Like it's I don't like it. I liked it when they were on the wall. I realized that's why we were able to escape on our bikes and drink from hoses and disappear, and our parents had to listen to commercials asking where their kids were, if I got the memes right. Nobody was calling you. You actually had to have a little crew of people to go run around with. This thing of real life. And, this ending's solid. The whole thing is solid. I don't know how much bullshit there was. Maybe to the people offended, but to a huge portion of like-minded individuals, same shit, we're getting sick. I honestly don't care. Do what you want. But just like Webby has referenced some Tom McDonald, I get confused when you have a beard. And I mean, I just want my order at McDonald's to be right. Worrying about the rack on the dude just seems like an extra added thing that I never needed to deal with while I was trying to pick up my Big Mac. And if it wasn't such a obvious attempt to put it all front and center for some display purpose, okay, cool, but get the fucking orders right. Turned into a Karen there, but I'm telling you, I don't get it. Fuck your representation. Just do the fucking jobs right. Nobody gives a fuck what you do in the bedroom. That's the problem. There's just a shh. Let it go. Oh, boy, I'm pretty sure he got me back on my bullshit, too. Webby, back on my bullshit. We got to finish
Up on that bullshit
bunch of
again.
faggots.
And
Oh,
this
yeah.
time I think I've truly lost my mind. And now back on my bullshit.
Webby's back, motherfucker.
Forget about it, Frankie.
Ow! I'm just adorable. I'm triggered by that. I mean, I don't think kids should use that kind of language, but that was funny. Now, that was awesome. 24 fucking minutes awesome on a 4.5 minute song. That is how I like to spend the day. You could have went and listened to this song a bunch of times. And then you can come back and, we can just get triggered, smoke one. It's fun. Later.